Share with you, most people won't give you this perspective, and I'll get a lot of flack for this, but it's the truth. I'm going to share with you what is actually happening with Strategy B, Bitcoin, and what you need to look out for. So the issue with cryptocurrencies, there's a lot of tribalism and people throw mud without even understanding what they're saying. There's a lot of people saying in the cryptocurrency industry that Strategy B is going to collapse and go bankrupt. That shows a deep lack of understanding of number one, Bitcoin strategy model, and number two is what they're actually praying for. If you're praying for the downfall of Strategy B, I need you to listen to this video. So there's no single price that will collapse strategy. You need to understand how the mechanism works. There's two different forces that can quietly erode the value of the company and eventually take it out of business, but that's going to take a very long time. So let's first start with the strategy, what it does, no pun intended, Strategy B. I'm going to share with you the numbers and how they're set up and what it would take for Strategy B to go under and how that would destroy your crypto. So be careful what you're asking for. So Strategy holds 843,000 Bitcoin, okay? The next largest treasury holds 843,000 Bitcoin. They own 4% of the supply. Their average price paid is $75,000. They're at a paper loss of $8.8 billion. So how did they kick this off? They sold bonds at very low interest, $8 billion to buy the first set of Bitcoin. Those called their creditors. And they don't owe those creditors back for a long time. That's the key factor in this mechanism. So they created bonds. Those are their creditors. That's how they started buying the Bitcoin at very low interest. And that's not owed back for a long time. That's key. Then they have 15 billion on their balance sheet, which is their preferreds, which is their preferred stocks. That's where Michael Saylor is financially engineering preferred stocks, where you can buy STRC like a bond and get around 12%. And its net asset value is supposed to stay pegged to $100. They have Bitcoin on their balance sheet. They have creditors of $8 billion. They have 15 billion out for preferred, and they have 3.75 billion in cash. Now, the 3.75 billion in cash is important because that is allowing them to hold and pay, okay, those dividends promised on the 15 billion preferred for almost 2 years. Okay, so what I want you to take away from this is the 8 billion borrowed to kick off Strategy B, okay, isn't owed back for a long time and it's very low interest, so that's good for them. The 15 billion in preferred out, which they bought more Bitcoin with, okay, they have 2.1 years of cash saved to pay those dividends, so that's a good thing. So there's two things that can create a collapse for strategy, but they're way far out, so people are getting this way wrong. If you're praying for their downfall, you're praying for your crypto to get destroyed. So one, the money machine stalls, and that's happening now because there's no excitement around Bitcoin. Everything's getting stagnant. We've been stagnant for a long time. Promised a super cycle by all these influencers, price predictions. So the money machine is